Hi Pisces, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading for December. Hope you guys are all well. I am going to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading. It may not resonate with every Pisces out there, so guys, take what resonates for you. Just leave the rest for someone else. Keep in mind that the energies can reverse. So if it is resonating, you get in where you fit in. But as always, Pisces, don't force yourself into a reading that's not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Pisces? Pisces. Pisces. All right, Pisces, you're starting out with the King of Swords reversed. You have the World in reverse and the Three of Wands reversed. All right. So there's some sort of a karmic lesson or karmic cycle. Whatever it is, it's a cycle, it looks like. And that cycle's not complete. I feel like you're impatient for that to complete. You could be angry with somebody. There's a sense here of you possibly being angry. For some of you, you may feel like somebody's not being honest with you. Or this could be you not being honest with yourself either, and that's why this cycle's not closing out. But you are definitely eager for this to finish, to close out. So let's see who's in your energy. Show me who's in Pisces energy. Show me who's in Pisces energy. All right, so the person in your energy, we have the Three of Swords reversed. We have the Moon. And we have the Page of Swords in the reverse. So this person that's in your energy has been heartbroken. They've even been a little bit depressed, it looks like. You could be dealing with a Cancer sign, but you don't have to be. This person wants to heal the situation between the two of you. But they're not telling you that. They're keeping that to themselves. And I feel like you're energetically picking up on that. The reason they're not doing that is because they don't know how you're going to react to that. Interesting. Let's see the energy between Pisces and this person. This is somebody who keeps secrets. They keep a lot to themselves. The Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. There's stuck energy here. So whatever this is that karmic cycle, that karmic energy that isn't closed out for you. I don't know if you feel like you're dealing with somebody that's angry or somebody that is, you know, like not honest, but there's this stuck energy between the two of you and you want this to close out. So I don't know, maybe they're holding on to your energy here. You're pissed off about that though. And I feel like sometimes you feel that there's just no progress. You're not able to close this cycle out. You're eager to move forward. And yet something keeps dragging you back in. Well, it's this person's energy. Yeah, it's this person's energy. Let me see. Show me what's affecting this connection. There's no movement between the two of you. Two of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, you don't see eye to eye. There's been an ending here. I do feel like at one time there was definitely a lot of love here, but you're just not on the same page. But it's not closed out either, and you keep feeling like there's unfinished business here, but I feel like you don't want there to be. Let me see. You could be dealing with a Gemini, possibly even a Libra or Aquarius too. Show me the outcome for Pisces. The Four of Wands. Well, that's a reason for celebration. Yeah, that's a reason for celebration. That's stability. That's, you know, for some of you, that's marriage. But I can't see how you're going to get there with this person. I don't know. We'll clarify that. We'll definitely clarify that. Bottom of the deck is the Death card. Now, you could be dealing with a Scorpio, but that is an ending, and that's the underlying energy that's here. So I do feel like you have had an ending with this person. I see it in two places, but this person is still holding on to your energy. They want to heal this connection, but they don't know how to do it. And they're not even telling you that. They're keeping all of that secret. And you're feeling it. You're over here feeling it, and you're like, why can't this whole thing just close out? Why does it keep cropping up, you know? Because I don't feel like you want to be with this person. The Three of Wands reverse is telling me that you don't feel this is where your future is. But there's something here you've been waiting for that's coming in that's going to make you very happy. So I wonder if that's another connection. Let me clarify. Spirit, why is the King of Swords in reverse for Pisces? Page of Cups reversed and the Star card. Yeah, so some of you are dating. I can see that. There could have been a connection, a newer connection that didn't work out, but you're still very hopeful. I feel like you're very hopeful about that. I feel like you're finding your balance. You've done a lot of healing, but you're still a little angry here with this person. Let me see why the World is here in reverse. Show me why the World is here in reverse for Pisces. Page of Wands and the World in reverse. Is there something you need to talk to this person about? Yeah, I feel like so Pisces, I'm feeling like you're out here dating. You've had an ending with this person. You're dating. There was a connection here that didn't work out. You were hopeful about it, but it didn't work out. And it probably didn't work out. Might have been with an air sign, but it didn't work out because you didn't feel like that person was, they were either a very angry person or they weren't an honest person. And I feel like you found your balance now. You just can't quite get this person out of your energy, and I do suspect it's because they're holding on to you energetically. Now, I do see you involved with somebody new here, though, and I do also feel like this cycle that's between you and this person is affecting that connection in some manner, because there's unresolved issues that are still here between you and this person, things that need to be discussed or talked about. Why is the Three of Wands here? But I feel like you have tried to do that. Why is the Three of Wands in reverse for Pisces? Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. You've got something new going on. Ooh, and the Emperor. Okay. Okay, Pisces. So you have something brand new going on with an Emperor. Yeah, you do. And that is making it more and more clear to you that your future is not with this person. So what is it that needs to be talked about? Or, what is it that needs to be done to resolve this stuck energy? Because I see you moving forward. Like it's almost like I see you've dated different people here. But this last person, they're an Emperor. And it's a stable new beginning. This is a stable connection. It's what you've waited for. You waited and waited for this, and now it's here. And it could lead to marriage. Yeah, you think the world of this person. And incidentally, it came about because of your desire. You literally brought it in. You took charge of your life here, and you brought that relationship in. Let me look at this other person. Show me why the Three of Swords is in reverse for the person in Pisces energy. All right, we have the Page of Pentacles. We have the Death card. Now that's in your underlying energy. And look at there. There's your King of Swords. There they are. Likely is an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but doesn't have to be. Could also be a Scorpio. All right, so this person is in your energy, right? And they're intentionally in your energy. They're stuck in your energy. And you are right. There is some dishonesty with this person. This person's not on the up and up. They can be rageful. They can be kind of mean and spiteful. And they probably were during this ending. Now, this person has also got somebody new in their energy, and yet they're not, there's this sense that they want to heal things with you. But if they did, they would literally be drawing you into third-party energy. So why is the moon in reverse? The Magician, Gemini, strong Gemini, and the Hermit, Virgo. Now, the Hermit is in reverse, so this person has been quietly trying to figure out how to manifest you back, how to bring you back into their energy, how to put the two of you on the same page, to flip this Two of Cups into the upright. They've been thinking about it. They've been thinking about, and they've been thinking about you a lot. I do think that they, for a period of time, they were a little bit of a recluse. They were keeping to themselves. They were soul searching. They were trying to figure things out. And I do feel like this is somebody who does keep a lot of secrets. And some of those secrets are starting to seep out too. But they are heavily manifesting you. Heavily manifesting you. And they don't want you to know it. Interesting. Let me see why the Page of Swords is in reverse. Which is weird because they have somebody new in their energy as well. All right, so we have the Strength card, Leo, and there's the Five of Coins reversed. So they want to reconcile with you, but they don't know if you would go for it. They don't know if you are with someone else. They don't know if you would do it. They're unsure. They're very unsure, but they think about you a lot, and that's what's keeping them in your energy. You guys, you can do a cord cutting. There's some really good cord cuttings that are on YouTube. Just do a search for cord cutting guided meditation. This person has strong feelings for you. They are working on themselves, which is very good, but they're trying to find the courage here to come back in and try to reconcile with you, to try to heal this. So let me look at the energy between Pisces and this person. Oh, you think they're the devil. Oh, okay. Yeah, you think they're the devil. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. Knight of Swords, there they are. There they are. They're going to come in, but I feel like they're... So this could have already happened. There could have been an argument between the two of you, and that's why you think they're the devil. This would have happened at a time when you were seeing somebody new or had somebody new in your energy, and that situation didn't work out. But I also feel like you really literally think this person is the devil. You think they're toxic as hell. So I feel like they came in, there was some communication between the two of you. They were trying to make some sort of an offer, but it would have drawn you into third-party energy because there's somebody else in their energy that they took up with after the ending between the two of you. And I also feel like they weren't being honest, and they could have been a little nasty in the way that they've communicated with you as well. Let me see why the Two of Cups is here. All right, so we have the Six of Coins. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Now that's in reverse from the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse up here. And then we have the Three of Coins. So what's affecting the connection between you and this person, other than the fact that you think that they're the devil? You're moving forward. You are moving forward. You haven't quite closed this cycle out because you may not be quite sure how to do that. You do think this person is extremely immature, particularly with how they communicate. But see, you're finding your balance here. You've actually been very generous with this person as well. And that's also keeping this cycle from closing out, just so you know. So what is going to affect the connection moving forward is that you are demanding that there be balance in your life. You're demanding that it be an equal give and take. No more breadcrumbing, no more juggling, no more I'm giving, 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 and you're taking, taking, taking. We're not doing that anymore. So you're saying, no, it's going to be equal and balanced, or I'm moving forward. And you actually are going to move forward. Now, this person that's in your energy, they really do want to work this out. They feel like there's a soul contract between the two of you. And that's what they're using to try to manifest you to move towards them. It's like this person feels like if they just, if they hold on long enough, you will eventually come back to them. And that there will be a foundation that is between the two of you again. That you'll work this out. And that's what they're manifesting, but they're not telling anybody that. It's just they're keeping that to themselves. They feel like if they just manifest long enough that you will eventually come back to them. I don't see that happening. Of course, what do I know? Let me see the outcome for Pisces. Show me the outcome for Pisces. Show me the outcome for Pisces, please. All right, 4 of Swords reversed. 2 of Pentacles reversed. And the Sun in reverse. So this Emperor that you have taken up with, this Emperor is going to tell you something that you're not going to expect, you're not going to see coming. And it could be regarding marriage, or it could be regarding possibly moving in together or leveling up the relationship in some manner. This relationship that you're finding yourself in, it's an ideal relationship. It's what you've waited for. And it is very solid. It's very stable. It's somebody with a very high energy. And I do feel like there's going to be something said to you here that is going to shock you, because you're not going to see it coming. And it has to do with leveling up this relationship. So if you're just casually dating, they may want to take it to dating exclusively. If you're exclusively dating, they may want to go towards, living together or possibly getting married. But there's a conversation that you're totally unaware of that is going to level this relationship up. And it's going to come from this Emperor as well. Now, the person who is in your energy, this is a past person. This is somebody who is really unbalanced. And I might also add that they're quite immature. Their money's not balanced either. They're kind of robbing Peter to pay Paul. But this person's been trying to work up the courage to come back in. They're weighing up the pros and cons of trying to come back in and offer this reconciliation to you, because they've waited for you to come towards them. They've been over here silently thinking if they just wait long enough, Pisces will come to them. So they're working up the courage to come back towards you and try to balance it out. But I don't see them actually doing it. I feel like two of you had a conflict here. The two of you got into some sort of an argument, which is what made you feel like they were just in this devil energy. But they're weighing up the pros and cons. They're trying to make that decision. And I feel like when they find out that this Emperor has offered to level up this relationship with you, they're going to be very unhappy. It's gonna rock their world. It definitely, because they don't know about it. They don't know about it. So that's, well, maybe they shouldn't have sat over here and waited. So I'm just saying. All right. Bottom of the deck is the 10 of Wands in the reverse. And that is underlying energy. That is you clearing away obstacles, Pisces. It's you being able to move forward without all these things weighing you down, having clarity, not having all the problems that, you had within this connection. So this is an excellent reading for you guys. I'm happy for you. I think this looks wonderful. All right, I'm going to pull an oracle card. We'll see if we get any advice. Number 42. And this is called Chop Wood. All right, give me a second and I will read that for you. All right, so the essential meaning of this card, Pisces, it says being grounded in everyday experience and humility. So it says, there are times when the big dream is meant to lie dormant in your consciousness so that you can pay attention to the simple chores in your life. Consider why pruning a tree is a forerunner of delighting in the beautiful blooms when it's in full blossom. The mundane act of pulling off dead leaves, watering the soil, and then leaving it be to let nature take its course is an important step in manifestation. Taking your attention away from your goal brings you into a state of receptivity. This is the deeper purpose for releasing attachment. When you engage in everyday tasks in a meditative, contemplative way, you clear your energy to receive your aha moments, which brings you ever closer to what you seek. Now, the relationship message says, nothing is as important right now as just doing what you need to do day to day. Let your heart remember that not everything has to be hard-won, passionate, or even obviously meaningful. Relationships and friendships go through lulls when the everyday tasks are at the center of awareness. That is perfect now. Hold hands, wash dishes, make a fire, read a book, share a meal, say nothing, stare into space, pick up socks, tell a dumb joke, and leave space to breathe. The work of your relationship right now is very simple. Just be present. Funny how it takes work to just be. All is well, really. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Pisces. If you have resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Definitely hype this video if you get the opportunity so other Pisces can listen to it. And until I see you in your next reading, Pisces, know that you are love, and namaste.